another edition of Living in Shelby Township. I'm Kelly Kasuda, and today we're here at Mae Stecker Park on a gorgeous, busy weekday night. Let's catch in with some of the people enjoying all the action. So one of the biggest attractions here at Mae Stecker Park is the basketball courts, and these gentlemen just got done playing. Guys, are you from Shelby Township?
No, I'm from Harrison Township.
Okay, so why do you guys come to Mae Stecker Park?
Oh, I heard it was a lot of fun here. My friend Ariane, he told me about it, and I came up here one time and I enjoyed it.
So how often do you guys come to play?
First time.
First time?
Yeah.
How was it?
It was good. I
How
like the court.
points? You like the court? How many points did you score?
All together.
Yeah.
50.
50, ladies and gentlemen. 50. What about you?
I scored like 30, about 30.
How many games have we won, gentlemen? Four games. Okay. So you enjoy the courts. Is it one of those things where you can just come anytime and somebody will be playing and you can pick up a game?
Yeah.
Really? So you don't need to technically bring any friends?
You don't have to. It's a good atmosphere. Yeah.
It's a good community.
Yeah.
So when's the next time you guys will be back, and can I play on your team?
Yeah, you can run point guard too.
Okay, I don't know what a point guard is, but
Oh, our point guard.
Me.
that's you. Oh, I'm replacing you.
Yeah, it's okay though. You're nice.
Quarterback of the floor. Basically.
What is it?
The quarterback of the floor.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we will be back at Mae Stecker Park with a pickup game of basketball with me as your quarterback.
Okay. Okay.
Woo! Go two. Okay, a big surprise for me. My very own cousin is here at Mae Stecker Park. This is Jason Taylor. He actually went to Eisenhower class up.
2003.
2003. Young. You're so young.
Old. It's old now.
Now, why do you love coming to Mae Stecker Park to play rec softball?
Well, my friends, we've been playing together since high school and, even before that, junior high and a lot of them. So just out here having fun with the guys, and we've been in the area. So
Thanks, Jason. Go get him. Wait, how many hits have you had before we say goodbye?
I am batting 1,000 today with a walk. So
Of course he has.
of course.
He's amazing. Thank you. Good eye. Good eye. Good eye, Jason. So I'm now here with Angelina, who's a big supporter of this team behind us. Tell us about this baseball team or softball team.
Softball team. Guys are really great. They work together very well. Some of the cops, they very supportive, and I'm glad that it's more of the community too that is on the team. But they're never negative really, and they're just great guys to watch.
And your boyfriend Brad, what does he do?
He plays everywhere, so he can play anything. He's great.
that good.
You should have just saw his catch. It went all the way to the fence, and he hit his head. But he caught it.
So he'll be needing ice tonight.
Yeah, very much. Yeah.
And you said they've got an amazing record. What's their record?
36 games in a row. They've won.
When do they play?
They play every Thursday. It changes between like 6:20 to 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock.
And do they have a team name?
Double header. They're Stone Cold. I don't know. They are. I can't even tell.
Something good.
Yeah, they are good.
We'll get the team name. Right? We'll get the team name, and you guys got to come out.
So I don't know. I just come and support all the way. I've not missed one game.
Real? And why?
Because I just love the game. I used to play myself, so baseball, we have something in common, and the guys are just great. Why wouldn't you? It's close to work, so.
Yeah. Okay, so Thursday nights, come on down, see this team that's unbeatable, apparently.
They're amazing.
You got to come down. Thank you so much,
You're
Angelina.
welcome. Thank you.
All right. Now, you may recognize this fine gentleman, but he's not in uniform, so you got to tell the group, the viewers, what your name is.
Jason Schmiller, I work at the police department.
Yes, you do. And what are you doing out here today?
We play every Thursday night out here. Us and a group of guys from work and our kids play out here.
And why do you keep coming back to Mae Stecker Park?
Well, we're getting a little older, but it's beautiful out here. It's a fun time. It's a great Thursday.
How many runs have you scored?
I played the first game because I'm getting a little older, so we kind of changed things up a little bit and we split it up. But we scored a few runs the first game.
Oh, great. So every Thursday night, you can come out here and catch some of the guys that might pull you over.
Sometimes.
You guys are always so active in the community. Why do you guys love Shelby Township so much?
It's it's a beautiful place to be. We all raise our kids here. We all live in the community, and you know what? There's no better thing to do tonight.
And they really are. They're all great guys, and we're so excited to always work with you. So thanks so much for going on camera with us. Bye.
What are you doing this summer? Want to go on an adventure? Learn something new? How about change the world? You can with the summer reading program at the Shelby Township Library. There are programs for kids, teens, and adults. You can stick to the classics or try something new. Starting Saturday, June 16th, you can grab a reading log and be entered to win weekly prizes. It all starts with a kickoff event at 1:30 in the Senior Citizens Park, right behind the library. Join us for Drums Alive, a combination of rhythmic movements and drumming with music, exercise balls, and drumsticks. Also, check out events for all ages every Wednesday during the summer, like a magic workshop for teens. Or learn from a local rosebud, the child of a real-life Rosie the Riveter. For more information, visit us at the Shelby Township Library Facebook page, or check out our website at www.shelbytwplib.org.
The crack of a bat and the roar of a crowd are just some of the many sounds of summer you'll hear while at Mae Stecker Park. Let's head just north of Shelby Township Hall, where you can quench all of your recreational needs.
If you're looking to get outside this summer, Mae Stecker Park here on 24 Mile has many different amenities to suit your needs. I spoke with sports coordinator Mike Adams to learn just what the park has to offer and the different programs happening this season.
It's non-stop programs here at Mae Stecker. It's our most popular park on the weekends. It's hard to even get a parking spot here. Behind us are 2 baseball fields. Right now we're running 6 nights out of the week for our adult softball leagues. Men's softball is very popular right now, so we have different levels to play, very competitive. Some of the leagues are most competitive in the area. And then our Sunday league, which is Sunday afternoons, are guys that just want to come out, have some fun, don't really care if they win or lose. One day we don't do adult softball, we have youth baseball tournaments out here that run 8 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Aside from baseball, there are many other ways to get involved as well.
Behind us are the tennis courts. We do tennis lessons pretty much April through October there. Tennis lessons run pretty much throughout the week and Saturdays as well. And we do have other various things. We have our volleyball courts behind us. Currently we have no programming there, so it's just open to the public for their use.
But Adams says his favorite parts of the park are by far the basketball courts.
These are probably the nicest outdoor courts in Southeast Michigan, and that's through the Robbie Atherton Foundation. They're just great courts to play on. This plastic sport court has held up very good over the past 6 or 7 years, and I know people come far as west of Pontiac to play on these courts every day.
Adams says while the visible facilities are fantastic, there are also a few hidden gems to look out for.
A little bit behind us to the east is kind of a rustic gravel trail that goes through the woods back here right before Cherry Creek that a lot of people walk, and it's got a nice canopy over it. So on hot days, people do run in and walk it a lot. It's very nice back there, so people don't even know that's back there. And a lot of people don't know this connects to the township grounds as well, where the lake is.
In order to continue satisfying the community, Adams says the township is always asking for feedback.
We are constantly updating the park, trying to get input from residents on what they would like to do. So we're constantly taking input like that from our residents to try to improve the park.
While all sports leagues are filled and all pavilions are rented this season, make sure to keep an eye out so you can get involved next year. Carmela Boykin, living in Shelby Township.
The western hognose snake isn't native to Michigan, but you can head over to the Nature Center to check one out for yourself. Our assistant nature interpreter, Megan English, shows us one called Boop. Find out why he's named that.
This is the western hognose snake that we have here at the Nature Center. Her name is Boop. Now, Boop, the western hognose snake, is not native to Michigan, but we do have a hognose snake here called the eastern hognose snake, and they're very, very similar, both in both visually and behaviorally, which is why we keep Boop and we use her for our education programs, because she's a great way to display some of the native snake traits that we have here. So the western hognose, they're first of all named that because if you look at her face, so her nose is pushed upward, so it kind of looks like a shovel, kind of like a pig. And she uses that, basically, she uses that when in her native habitat. She lives like out in the sand dunes and stuff, normally where you would see the eastern hognose, which is the Michigan species. You would see them in sandy soils, and they'll use that to help them excavate burrows and old like holes and stuff for them to sleep in. So they will actually use that to move dirt around. Now Boop here, we call her Boop because when she gets scared by a predator, they have this predator defense where they will actually pretend to strike at you. It's basically, it's a fake strike, and we call it, she's booping us with her nose. She just goes boop, and she hisses really loud like she just did a second ago, just like that. And so when she does that, she's basically warning them off. And what she can also do is she'll raise her head up and she'll widen her neck out as though she looks like a cobra. So she's essentially trying to make herself as big as possible, as scary as possible, to tell the predators and to tell me right now, hey, I'm not so into this, leave me alone. If that doesn't work, what they'll actually do is they'll totally go completely opossum, and they will play dead. When they'll flip over onto their back. If you see them in the wild, especially younger snakes, if they are playing dead and they flip over onto their back like that, their tongue will loll out. They'll start to emit this really nasty odor so that they smell dead. And then if you flip them back over onto their stomach, they'll immediately flip themselves back over and play dead again. So it's actually kind of cute to watch. Now Boop here, kind of the reason that I took her out, if you are a regular at the Nature Center here, there are some times when we don't take our snakes out because they're what we call being in the blue. Now Boop is especially aggressive right now because she is in the blue. And that means, we call it that because if you look at her eyes, a close-up on her eyes, her eyes look very milky and they look very blue. When snakes grow, they shed their skin each time they get bigger. Unlike us, so when people grow, our skin cells are constantly being shed. It's not all one piece. Snakes have to shed it all in one piece. So when they go to shed, they also shed the skin over their eyes. So when they're in the blue, it means that skin over their eyes is very loose and it goes milky like this, and it makes it very difficult for them to see. So this is why if you ever come to the Nature Center and we say, hey, we can't take this snake out today because it's in the blue, this is what that means. It's not because we don't want to take the snake out for you guys, it's just more for everyone's peace of mind because we don't want the snake to be cranky or anything. So, other than that, Boop is actually super fun. She's a really great snake to have around. You'll see what she's doing right now because she can't really see. She's flicking her tongue out at us. Now she's not blowing raspberries or making fun of us. What she's doing is she's actually smelling. Snakes don't use their nostrils very much to smell. They have a special organ in the back of their throat called the Jacobson's organ. And what they do is they stick their tongue out and they collect air molecules all along the length of it. And then when they pull it back into their throat, it scrapes across that organ, and they can smell, or they can basically taste smells. It's kind of like, if you've ever smelled something really nasty, you can kind of taste it in the back of your throat. That's how these guys smell all the time. So I can't imagine that's very nice, but it works really well for them.
If your kids love reading books like Charlotte's Web or Sheep in a Jeep, they probably love animals too. The Shelby Township Library hosted their very own petting zoo where kids could come see those barnyard animals they read about. Our Kyle Vorzbach jumped right in.
1,100 people came out to the Carousel Acres Petting Zoo held by the Shelby Township Library as part of their summer reading program for kids. Now, I did get the chance to interview the donkey at the petting zoo. However, he was a bit non-responsive. So instead, here's some of the highlights from the event. Enjoy. Now don't forget that the library has many more fun events for the whole family to enjoy this summer. For Living, I'm Kyle Warzebach.
Humans have been gathering around fires, sharing stories for centuries. It appears these hot ashes are about to be dumped, which could possibly start a wildfire.
Oh my gosh, bear!
Wait just a minute. Is that the Smokey Bear?
He scared us.
How will Smokey deal with such a hot situation? Precisely, the garden hose defense. Next, a thorough stir. Then another spray. And finally the true test, feeling if the ashes are cool. It looks like they are. Bravo.
Wait, do you mind if we could just...
Ah yes,
really quick?
the selfie. A ritual practiced so frequently with this tribe. But not so much by Smokey Bear.
Just 1 second, Smokey, wait.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
Do you want to channel your inner Robin Hood or Katniss Everdeen? Well, grab your quivers and your bow, because the Nature Center's archery camp is right on target for you. Our Robert Gambrell takes aim, and let's see if he can hit the bullseye.
While the kids are playing video games this summer, here at the archery camp, these kids are creating their own outdoor activities.
Many of them, it's their first time ever shooting a bow and arrow. So they're learning the parts of an bow, parts of the arrow, as far as range safety, how to fire a bow, how to use their proper stance, how to breathe appropriately when they're firing.
This camp has been around for 10 years, and lead instructor Faith Rimbez enjoys teaching kids that are eager to learn. However, she would like more children to join this camp as well.
It's a great skill for kids to learn. I think it's a great sport for kids to learn. A lot of these kids, that's what they want to learn, the sport of it. A lot of our volunteers that are helping out and assistant instructors are former camp students. So it's pretty cool to see them come back and give back to other kids.
Andrew and Noah say that archery is a great way to get away from the video games and just enjoy the outdoors. This is Andrew's first time and Noah's third time being part of an archery camp.
Maybe just spending like 1 or 2 hours outside each day doing something might be better instead of just sticking on being on a computer all day or Xbox or something.
Yeah, I think all these kids, I think it's fun to play video games, but I don't know how they do it all day. They should definitely go outside, get some fresh air, exercise, stay healthy.
For Living in Shelby Township, I'm Robert Gambrell.
The Burgess Shadbush Nature Center is named after Joanne Burgess, who was an integral part of our community. She was there for the opening of the Nature Center in 2001, a constant volunteer, and a mentor and educator at Utica Community Schools for over 40 years. Unfortunately, the Burgess Shadbush Nature Center has lost its namesake. Let's take some time to remember Joanne Burgess.
There's a tradition in America of naming things after famous people. The Lincoln Memorial, Joe Louis Arena, and JFK Airport, to name a few. Even Shelby Township was named in honor of Revolutionary War hero Isaac Shelby. And Shelby Township continued that tradition of naming things after great people when they named their newly built Nature Center back in 2001. The Burgess Shadbush Nature Center was named for longtime volunteer and worker Joanne Burgess. This past month, Joe passed away, leaving a void in the hearts of those who got to know her and those who she mentored.
Well, I'll tell you what, when I step into the Nature Center, it's just everything I see reminds me of Joe Burgess, from the turtle pond to the creek where the children can go underneath. These are all her ideas that she wanted and she envisioned, and all the different displays that they have up there. She felt they needed to be changed every month, and that they're still doing that to this day. So the theater room and seeing the speeches she gave in there and talking about the animals. So Jo is an amazing lady, and just wonderful that the Nature Center is named after her, because she is the Nature Center.
Joe Burgess also taught at Utica Community Schools for over 40 years and played a major role in preserving the history of both the city of Utica and the entire Shelby Township area. Our hearts and thoughts go out to the friends and family of Joe Burgess, but know her memory lives on in the Nature Center, which she helped create. Reporting for The Living Show, I'm Arthur Schenk.
That's it for this edition of Living in Shelby Township. We'll see you next time.